The U.S. COVID catastrophe is number 5 in our top 10 stories of 2020. CTV's Tom Walters takes us back to the beginning.
At Mardi Gras in New Orleans, just 10 months ago, masks still meant this, and social distancing meant nothing. Americans still thought that new virus was only caught overseas, even on the day when they were first warned they would soon catch it here.
Ultimately, we expect we will see community spread in this country.
But if the Fat Tuesday fantasy of voodoo and self-indulgence was interrupted by the hard reality of science, fantasy and reality were already at odds.
And this is their new hoax.
Donald Trump admitted to author Bob Woodward that he's been lying about the virus.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
And as lies took flight, science stumbled. The Centers for Disease Control hoped early and extensive testing would find the first cases before they spread. But the test kits they developed and sent to labs across the country were defective.
Happy Mardi Gras!
By Mardi Gras, weeks had been lost, the tests still didn't work, and the virus was already here. 2 days later, it erupted in a Washington state nursing home and soon after threatened to overwhelm hospitals in New York.
9/11 was nothing compared to this.
Physical and economic well-being are both threatened by the pandemic, but they've been portrayed as threats to each other. Supporters of longer lockdowns have been accused of trying to sabotage the economy for political ends.
Defeating me at the polls.
While some eager to help the economy seemed willing to let the virus run wild.
If I'm going to get sick, I'll get sick, and if I get it, I'll get over it.
A polarized country took sides, and if taking the side against science meant having to attack the facts, the president outdid himself.
When it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away. I hope that's true.
From wishful thinking,
hydroxychloroquine,
to no thinking at all.
And then I see the disinfectant by injection inside.
Of course, when personal whims can outweigh medical facts, then what people want to do may outweigh what they should do. Even when they want to gather in close quarters with close to 250,000 bikers.
Yeah, we'll take precautions.
You just be careful.
While partiers pretended there was a careful way to be in a crowd without a mask, self-imagined patriots claimed masks were an intolerable threat to liberty. Some of them in this protest were later accused of plotting to kidnap the governor of Michigan. Even when the president himself got infected, what could have been a moment of sobering reality brought more fantasy.
Don't be afraid of it.
But behind the public posturing was private anguish.
We can't start showing you the videos of these patients.
Because victims are dying in isolation, frontline workers are among the only first-hand witnesses to the full carnage of the coronavirus.
I can describe the sound the zipper on a body bag makes.
And communities that professed gratitude for their hard work often made it harder by ignoring the pleas that came even from the dying.
Wear a mask, for goodness sake.
Now, with the hope brought by new vaccines, a new administration, and a new year, millions of Americans may soon see for themselves how the pandemic ends. Minus the hundreds of thousands who already have. Tom Walters, CTV News, Los Angeles.